escaped the dungeons of Kirith Gurat with the rescued members of Kaliel's tribe, but it's still a long way to Gondor. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Line Unbroken, a progression-style playthrough series of The Lord of the Rings, the card game. I'm playing the 6th and final quest from the Haradrim cycle, the Crossings of Poros. So, I did not take a mulligan on either hand. This one I seriously considered it, but Dory is something I would like early, and wait no longer to help get me established in the game in general, faint early on to spare Bjorn from defending everything. I think it stands a chance of working. And over here, of course, I've started with Light of Valinor, which is very significant, and I also have a Wizard Pipe immediately, so that's very nice. As you can see, the window has been, the table rather, has been stretched a bit by this massive pile of cards. As we see, setup. Set Poros Garrison and each of the following encounter sets aside out of play. Mountains of Shadow, Desert Sands, Desert Creatures, Harad Soldiers, and Mordor Orcs. The first player adds the Black Serpent to the staging area and shuffles the encounter deck. Each other player reveals an encounter card. So, here we have the Mordor Orcs encounter set. Then this is the Harad Soldiers. And this one is Desert Creatures. The other two I'm going to leave here. And I'm going to open up the second quest deck and the special deck and the second special deck. Set this visibility nobody. And put these all aside. I'm also going to need quest discard deck, and I'll just now make sure that these set aside encounter sets are shuffled because they will need to be. And now I can resize the table. The setup does not fetch the Poros Garrison or Black Serpent automatically, so I'll just grab those. The Black Serpent is the same as he was in the Black Serpent. And okay, I will separate out these two encounter sets, but I don't need to set them aside and shuffle them in the same way. So, and each other player reveals an encounter card. I should shuffle the encounter deck. So yeah, got Black Serpent for one deck and reveal Uruk Prowler. When revealed, either place a random enemy from the set-aside Mordor Orcs set into the encounter discard pile, or Uruk Prowler makes an immediate attack against the first player. I would rather not take that immediate attack immediately, so this one is Mordor Orcs, I think. Yes, and this is an enemy, so I put it in the discard pile. By now the Orcs will be searching for their escaped prisoners, and the Black Serpent will be seeking revenge against the outlaws who ambushed his caravan. You cannot hope to outrun your enemies with the exhausted refugees in your care, so you consult with Kaliel to decide the safest way north. Allies enter play exhausted, and forced at the end of the planning phase advance to a random stage 2. So, control, and let's begin the game. This deck draws an extra card with Círdan and then discards Wizard Pipe. And okay. So yeah, I think I definitely play Light of Valinor onto Glorfindel immediately. And then yeah, actually, so I could play the Unexpected Courage. That would be potentially nice, but I think instead I'm going to play Bilbo. He enters play exhausted. Then I can search my deck for the one hobbit pipe in it. Shuffle and attach the hobbit pipe to Bilbo. Okay. Over here I've drawn another Defender of Kerandros. That end draft would be nice, but so would Dory, so maybe I want to save up. So I think this deck is playing nothing. Okay. And at the end of the planning phase, advance to a random stage 2. So, random number, 1 to 2, 2. So, this quest stage I will not be going to. Which would take me... I would ask Khalil to say, my people are weary, climbing the rocky hills of the Efelduath will be too difficult for them. We will journey to Gondor across the desert. You set out across the desert of Harondor, but it isn't long before the heat begins to take its toll. That doesn't happen. Instead, you ask Khalil which way you should take, and he says, the desert offers us no place to hide, and I fear my people cannot endure another desert crossing. We will take the rocky path through the hills to Gondor. When revealed, shuffle the Mountains of Shadow encounter set into the encounter deck. Remove the Desert Sands encounter set into the other stage 2A from the game. So I'm going to put the Desert Sands encounter set into the quest discard pile. And Mountains of Shadow is shuffled into the encounter deck here. As you travel along the edge of Mordor, a feeling of unease sets in, and you fear that you are being watched. Forced, after a player plays an ally, they must either exhaust that ally or raise their threat by 1. Forced, when this stage is defeated, advance to a random stage 3. So, Black Serpent, of course, is plus X everything, where X is the stage number of the main quest, so currently 2. So, there is 5 threat in the staging area. And I'm going to, let's see, this, yeah, it's a high engagement cost, I don't have to worry about that. I'm going to immediately play Wait No Longer. So, search the top 5 cards of the encounter deck for an enemy. Here we go. And put it into play Engaged with me, and I reveal 1 less card in staging. So, forced, after Southern Outrider engages you, either place a random enemy from the set-aside Harad soldiers set into the encounter discard pile, or Southern Outrider gets plus 3 attack this round. Since I don't have a resource for the feint, I'll look for an enemy in here. That is an enemy. But now I only reveal 1 encounter card. So, 5 threat in the staging area. I can definitely quest for 10. Let's make it 12. And we reveal Harondor Waste. Forced, after Harondor Waste becomes the active location, choose 1 random card from the set-aside encounter set with the most cards remaining and place it into the encounter discard pile. Then shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Okay, it only adds 2 threat, so I make 5 progress. And I guess I will travel there. So, a random card from the set-aside encounter set with the most cards remaining, which is this one. I guess I'll shuffle it again. It's another Southern Archer, and then shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. So, yeah, I'm not prepared yet to deal with this Orc Prowler, so I will not engage it. Southern Outrider, I defend with Bjorn. No shadow, he takes 2 damage and can kill it by himself. Beravor will exhaust to have this deck draw 2 cards. Okay, another end draft and an honor guard. certainly welcome. That's it for the round. Control N. This deck draws another card, and I will discard the Desperate Defense. It doesn't actually do anything for me yet. This deck plans first. I think I'm going to keep saving for Dory, and I'm going to play the Honor Guard, who either exhaust or raise the threat. I could take the threat hit, to be fair. And yeah, I will take it at least on this occasion. Actually, maybe I should play one of those end drafts, because I have Gandalf's staff over on this side, and that will allow me to give an extra resource to Berevor. That's yeah, I think that's probably the way I want to go. So let's have one end draft. I guess I'll give it to Quick Beam as the first priority, especially since I don't have healing available yet. Gandalf's staff onto Gandalf. Found another wizard pipe. Now, this round I'm going to put the extra results on Círdan and play this Unexpected Courage onto Gandalf. But in future rounds, Berevor is likely to be the primary target for extra resources from Gandalf's staff. So there's once again 5 threat in the staging area. I can quest for 12 with just this deck. I'm inclined to just stick with that. Okay, Mountains of Shadow. When revealed, rate each player's threat by X, where X is the printed quest points of the active location. If there is no active location, it gains Surge. Okay. So 3 points of threat each. And Desolate Land. X is the highest number of characters controlled by a single player. Forced after Desolate Land becomes the active location, choose one random card from the set aside encounter set with the most cards remaining, reveal that card as if it was part of the encounter deck. So that's 4 threat. Oh, I forgot. At the end of the encounter phase, either remove X progress from the main quest or the Black Serpent makes an attack against the first player. Of course, I was going to remove the progress. So, I'm making 3 progress, which will clear the Arnor waste. I'm just gonna do this. Keep this deck's threat down. Get 1 more progress and draw a card with the Hobbit Pipe. And this is explored. So yeah, I want to keep the staging area clear. And no sign yet of Asphalon, so travel to the Desolate Land. So it's a random card from the set aside encounter set with the most cards remaining, and then I reveal it. I'm gonna go for this one because obviously the 2 are equal. I can choose. Let's go. Okay, Oryx of the Eye, which surges. Surges into another Desolate Land. Okay. I guess I engage this Orc Prowler here. I will once again defend with Bjorn. No shadow effect. I cancel 1 point of damage. He still takes 2. Then I can attack for 9. Take out the Prowler. Okay, there's Asphalloth. That's very handy. Control N. Draw an additional card. Kierdan, and I'm going to discard the Handmaiden, keep the Elrond's Council, and then I'm going to just immediately play Shadowfax from the top of the deck. So now Gandalf is ranged in Sentinel and has additional actions. Over on this side, we have another Hope Rekindled. Play Yareth because she's free. Going to play Asphalloth onto Glorfindel. Oh, I should have removed 2 progress from the quest again. And yeah, I think I'd then leave it at that. I can put some thought into where I want to put a resource with Gandalf's staff. This deck now controls 5 characters, so the Desolate Land is 5 for a total of 7 threat in the staging area. It's 12. I'm going to the main quest again. Gonna make it 14 willpower. Yeah, because I want a bit more of a buffer of progress on here before I take time out to do a side quest, given the Black Serpent and potentially other issues with Harad enemies. And we reveal Shadowy Veil. While any player has the threat of 35 or higher, which I do, Shadowy Veil gets +3 threat. Forced after Shadowy Veil becomes the active location, reveal the top card of the encounter deck. And find a way down. The path through the hills has led you too far up, and now you walk along exposed heights where there's nowhere to hide. You need to find a way down. Surge. Each player's threat cannot be reduced. Response: when find a way down is defeated, each player reduces their threat by 3. But of course it surges into Shadowy Veil. Wow. Okay, so that's just added 10 threat to the staging area. That's pretty rough, and there's not a whole lot I can do about it, if anything. I could play Elrond's Council just for the extra point of willpower, even though I can't lower my threat. Don't know if that's really the way to go, though. I think I just take the threat hit. I exhaust Asphalloth to place 2 progress on the Desolate Land. I exhaust Berevel to have this deck draw 2 cards. exhaust Gandalf's staff to add a resource to Beravor. At the end of the encounter phase, I will not remove progress from the quest. I will take the attack from the Black Serpent. I defend it with Gandalf. I return attacking enemy to the staging area after this attack. He's already there. He's +2 attack, so 4. I can cancel the damage with the Honor Guard. And then that's going to be it for the round. Control N. I'm going to discard this hunting party. Let's see, this deck has drawn Conino Trap. Okay. Yeah, I probably shouldn't play any more allies. Well, actually no, because I'm going to clear this desolate land. I'll just do that now. So I can play additional allies just fine. And I think I will play Defender of Karandros and a Warden of Healing. I think, unless I want to save for Dory. But I have other defensive options now, so it's not just all about Beyond. Right. And okay, I'm going to play the Wizard Pipe onto Gandalf. Exhaust it to put Kale on top of my deck. Exhaust Gandalf's staff for a resource. Play Kale. Significantly, he has the Scout trait, which means I'm now able to play Well Warned if I get to a point where I can actually do that. And also, he's an extra point of willpower, at least. So, there is still 12 threat in the staging area. So I really have to go all out here. 2, 4, 5, 15. Is that all I can do? This might end up being a very short game. I'm kind of stuck. Okay, actually, so for the Free Peoples, how many traits am I up to? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. This would be 8. I'd still need one more. So I can't rely on that willpower boost. Oh no, sorry, this should be 17. 10, 12, 13, 17, yeah. Which is still not great, but okay. Okay. I'll take the immediate attack. Defend with Gandalf. Cancel the damage. And then this. So both decks get 4 points of threat. I've added 3 threat to the staging area. So this deck is just going to threat out, is basically where we are. I guess I can look for the best possible outcome. I get 2 progress. I engage the Prowler here. I remove the progress so Black Serpent doesn't attack. I defend with Gandalf. He takes 1 damage. Deal 2 damage to Quick Beam to ready him to kill the Prowler. Control M. It's kind of well warned this time. Found a Vigilant Guard, that's nice. So I want to put Handmaiden on top of my deck. Play her, raising my threat by 1 because I need her to be ready for the extra willpower right away. That's all I can do. So with that in mind, I will add a resource to Quick Beam so that I can immediately play a Vigilant Guard onto Glorfindel. And I will, actually no, I might want to use a Coney in a trap, so I will not immediately give him an end draft. So, there's 12 threats in the staging area. I'm questing to find a way down. So 10, 12, 14, 15, 17, has a point of willpower, 20, 21. Okay. Southern Outrider and Harondor Waste. 4 threat added to the staging area, so I'm making 5 progress. Okay, so I exhaust Asphalth, putting 2 progress on the active location, which explores it. I play Elrond's Council, increasing my willpower by 1. And thus I make 6 progress, exploring Find a Way Down. Both decks reduce their threat by 3. And I guess I travel to a Shadowy Vale, which requires me to reveal the top card of the encounter deck. Southern Archer. Okay. Okay, that's annoying. So. Yeah. I have to engage both of these. This deck is first player, so they will end up split. Guess I should do them this way around. Cunning a trap only applies when an enemy engages you, not if it engages another player. Would it make any more sense to put them the other way around? Yes, I can kill the archer if I ready quick beam. So yeah, this way around I can kill both of them. Right, so when the archer engages I have to discard an ally, which has really got to be either Yareth or the Warden of Healing, I think. I guess I'm gonna say Yareth, because she's unique, I can draw another copy, and she's free. I will play Coney in a trap, so the archer will not attack. At the end of the encounter phase, the Black Serpent makes an immediate attack against the first player. An attack anyway. Oh, and yeah, I'm putting a Herald Soldier into the discard pile. That's not an enemy. That's an enemy. So I defend with Gandalf against the Black Serpent. Cancel the damage with an Arnor Guard. Actually, no, because Gandalf can be healed and Bjorn can't. Actually, no, I will trigger Vigilant Guard and put the damage on Glorfindel instead. Okay. Also, I ready Quick Beam. Now I have Archery 2, so let's go Bilbo and Kale. This guy is not attacking because I played Cunning a Trap. Bjorn defends this attack. Threat is greater than the defending powers, character's willpower, so that's +2 attack for a total of 5. So that would be 4 damage, 3 damage, 2 damage to Bjorn. I attack for 6. And I attack for 9. And against all odds, I'm not dead yet. Okay. Control N. Draw an extra card for Kid and discard Naya. Another Vigilant Guard. I'm inclined to just save my resources, to be honest. Okay. So I can certainly play Naya. That looks like the obvious thing to do here. So we're going to put Naya onto Gandalf. Oh, sorry. I'm going to Wizard Pipe Naya onto the top of my deck, and then play it onto Gandalf. Okay. Found Faramir. Can't afford to play him yet, even if he was in my hand. But next round, willpower problems should be solved. Okay, well, the threat in the staging area is now a lowly 9. And I'm going to the main quest. Questing for 15. I think I still quest with Beravor to be safe. Questing for 19. Desolate Land. And a Desert Warg. Either place a random enemy from the set aside desert creatures set into the encounter discard pile or gain Surge. Well, let's see, it is specifically an enemy. Okay, we get Sand Viper. So, highest number of characters controlled by a single player is 6. So I've added 8 threat to the staging area. I'm still making 2 progress. I would like a bit more than that. But I don't know if it's really an option. So, okay, we get 2 progress. I use Asphalt on the Desolate Land. Engage the Desert Warg here. At the end of the encounter phase, Black Serpent makes an attack against this deck. I will defend it with the Defender of Care Andros, who is 4 defense. Black Serpent can't take damage, so I can't do anything with that, but that's fine. The Defender takes no damage. This... Actually, no. I will heal Quick Beam and Glorfindel, and then I exhaust Gandalf and Naya to ready the Defender of Kerandros and the Warden of Healing. Defender of Kerandros is now 5 attack, so he will defend this. Attacking enemy makes an additional attack against you after this one. Okay. No shadow card. Gandalf can defend this one. Gandalf will take... he'll take 2 damage, but I can cancel one of it and put the other one on Glorfindel. Then I'm going to heal again. Quick beam Glorfindel. And Gandalf's staff, a resource onto Gandalf. Quick beam, not quick beam, Bjorn can kill the Desert Warg without any help. Control N. I might manage to pull my way out of this, although the threat is a concern. Okay. Oh, hang on. This deck gets an extra draw, and then of course I just discard the spare Gandalf's staff. I'm going to play this Daeron's Runes. Discard Asphalth. And play Daeron's Runes again. And discard Dory. Over here we Wizard Pipe Faramir onto the top of the deck, and then just play him. Revealing another Unexpected Courage, which could be nice. Oh, and now I have 9 traits. Or actually 10. Gondor and Ranger, the new ones. So I can play the Free Peoples where relevant. I'm tempted to still play Fearless Scout, partly because it would draw me a card. And partly because then I would, if it came up, I would be able to use Kael's action to give control of him to this deck and still have 9 traits and be able to play the Free Peoples. So that seems like an idea. I'm going to just ask for the Desolate Land right now. So yeah, let's make Círdan a scout, and after playing it I draw a card, which is Unexpected Courage, which I could play and then use Gandalf's staff to get back the resource to have a Test of Will available. So on this side, I can play another Vigilant Guard. Yeah, so I could use the extra resource from Gandalf's staff to play Dory finally, but doing pretty well on not needing him. So yeah, no, I think put an Unexpected Courage onto Beravor. Exhaust Gandalf's staff to add a resource to Círdan. Over here, have a Vigilant Guard, which I will attach to this Honor Guard. And now I'm going to give an end draft to Glorfindel. So he can go crazy with his Vigilant Guard, because now he has 9 hit points. And that seems good. Threat in the staging area is 9, once again. So do I just clear this now? Or do I decide that I don't care about? No, I probably do care about this. Because each orc enemy engaged with a player gets +1 threat will potentially become an issue with some of the Mordor orcs as they appear, and I end up with potentially a lot of them engaged at once by the end of the quest. So I think I do want to clear it. But I think maybe I just go straight for it now, rather than... So I could go slower, quest to the main quest, get some progress here so I can remove it to have the Black Serpent not attack, then clear this, then clear the main quest. But I think I can just take the attack. So I think I go to Orcs of the Eye. Quest for 13, 15, 17. And reveal. Southern Soldier. And Arnor Waste. Okay, so I've added 5 threat to the staging area. So it stands I'm making 3 progress. If I exhaust Faramir, targeting this deck, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra willpower, which would make it 9 progress, which is enough. Okay. Now for travel, Shadowy Vale is the most threat and would take 3 rounds to clear with Asphalon. But I have to reveal an extra card. Arnor wastes only 2 rounds each with Asphalon. And I think I should go for the Shadowy Vale. And I reveal an Orc Prowler. Okay, can I take the immediate attack? So let's see. I could take the attack from this guy. I will have to take the attack from this guy. And I'll have to take the attack from the Black Serpent. And then they'll attack normally in the combat phase. I can defend with the Defender of Karandros, potentially twice because of Naya. And I can't see what else I would do with Naya. I can defend with Gandalf. And I can still defend with Bjorn. So that would end up with Bjorn taking 2 attacks, I think. I think I can deal with that. I think it's better in the long run than adding a bunch more Mordor Orcs to the encounter deck, if I can avoid it. So oh, it's specifically against the first player, so I'll do this with Gandalf. No shadow. I may as well just have this be the 1 point of damage that I cancel. Oh yeah, I've also got Coney in a trap. So, okay, hang on. Coney in a trap. After you engage an enemy, that enemy can't attack you until the end of the round. Forced does happen before response, so I think that wouldn't stop the attack from the forced effect, but it would stop the attack in the combat phase, which is still worth doing. So yeah, I think I optionally engage this guy. This guy will only engage this deck. Oh, next immediate attack. I play Coney in a trap, so he won't attack in the combat phase. Let's see. So hang on. I'm looking at. This is also specifically against the first player, so Bjorn has to do that. Okay, so defender defends this. Oh, when either of them engages, I can play Well Warned to reduce this deck's threat by 3. So, okay. No shadow, that's fine. At the end of the encounter phase, like certain attacks, I defend with Bjorn. So this would be 3 damage. My Honor Guard is already exhausted. 1, 2, 3. And then in the combat phase, so let's heal Glorfindel and Quick Beam, Naya to ready the Warden and the Defender. This guy doesn't actually attack. The Defender defends against the Prowler with 5 defense and additional attack. Okay. Yeah, I could have used a feint as well, but I didn't. So I guess I defend with Bjorn. So that would be 3 damage, which means it's 1, 2, 3. And now I actually no, I have so many hit points. I'm going to heal Quick Beam and Gandalf, who have less hit points. Well, actually, the Honor Guard doesn't have that many hit points. I'll put the damage back on Gandalf and heal the Honor Guard. And okay, so I need 6 for this and 6 for this. I should have readied Quick Beam before the combat phase, because that means that then I can ready him again in the combat phase. Okay, control line. Extra draw, found Arwen, that's very useful. And another Wait No Longer over here. Okay. So I'm going to play that Wait No Longer. And otherwise save. Over here I want to play Arwen, of course. And exhaust her rather than raise my threat. She'll be targeting the Defender of Haradrim with her ability to make him a 5 defense sentinel. And I guess that's it. I play Wait No Longer. So, the top 5 cards of the encounter deck. Okay. These both have when revealed. Well, let's take the Desert Warg and shuffle and just play Konya. Well, no, maybe not. No, I'll not play Konya Trap, I think. Because I think I'm okay with this. Threat in the staging area is 6. I'm only revealing 1 card. Quest for 15. I need to make quite a bit of progress. $17. It can be 24 with the boost from Faramir. No, I'm sending Quick Beam as well. So, 19 willpower. Reveal the Southern Archer. Okay. That's 2 threat to the staging area. So I exhaust Faramir. I'm making 18 progress. And I advance to a random stage 3A. There are 3 different stage 3As. So random number 1 to 3 gives me 3. So we do not get deadly creatures. But the Wastes of Arnor are home to many deadly creatures. Venomous animals do not strike at me when I stumble too close. Weary as I am not from my long journey, it is not difficult to see them before it's too late. Not driven by his desire for revenge, the Black Serpent has not ordered his soldiers to scour all Haradrim for your company. Not slowed by the refugees in your care, and not hounded by the Serpent's outriders, I do not struggle to make progress towards Gondor. Rather, the Orcs of Kirith Gurat sent their swiftest Warg riders to track you down after you escaped from their dungeons. When revealed, set each other Stage 3A aside out of play. Shuffle the encounter discard pile and the Mordor Uruk's encounter set into the encounter deck. Then each player reveals an encounter card. So this one is the Mordor Uruk's, right? Yeah. So move all to encounter deck. And the discard pile. And each player reveals an encounter card. So each Halloween player gets -1 to all stats until the end of the round. I think that's okay. It's only an issue for the Defender of Haradrim, and he's boosted by Arnor, so he's still 4 defense. And it doesn't work. I'm honestly a little tempted to just cancel that when revealed. Rather than worry about extra desert creatures. don't think it's that bad. Maybe I'm wrong. So, okay. The captives you rescued cover their ears and shudder each time they hear a warg howl. The fear is debilitating and you struggle to keep moving. Orc Patrols gets +2 quest points for each enemy in the staging area. Forced after an enemy engages a player, raise that player's threat by 1. Oh, that... See, that's what's going to kill me. So, I think I travel to a Haradrim Waste and use Asphalt on the other Haradrim Waste. The Haradrim Waste places another Southern Archer in my encounter deck discard pile. Okay. So, okay, I engage this guy here. I have to discard an ally. I think I can manage without the Hobbit Pipe, and I have a spare copy of Bilbo in my hand, so... And I also raise my threat by 1. This one comes over here, and this deck raises its threat by 1. At the end of the encounter phase, Black Serpent makes an attack. He is 5 attack now. Oh, and I will... I think at this point I do use up the Conio Trap because this is a few too many enemies for me to be really happy about it. And obviously 5 attack. Okay, so this guy's going to get Naiad, and he's a Sentinel. So I think I defend the Black Serpent with Gandalf. The threat is not higher than the defending character's willpower, so that's just +1 attack, which will bring it to 6. I can cancel a point of damage. Still 2 points of damage, which I can redistribute with Vigilant Guards. Now, Shadows. There is Archery 2. This one doesn't attack. Defender defends. I use my Warden. And I use Naya. Oh yeah, I need to actually kill this guy. Whatever. Deal with it when there are less enemies in play. Again, threat is greater than the defending character's willpower, so that's 7 attack against 5 defense. Over here. Okay. can heal, quick beam, and the on guard. Ready quick beam. He can kill the damaged warg. Bjorn can kill the undamaged warg. Glorfindel can deal. Oh no, he can't even deal a point of damage. Berevor can draw 2 cards for this deck. Elfstone showing up a bit late. Gandalf's staff. I think I want to start putting resources. I like putting out tactics resources. Because some of those Valor cards are going to be big. It's that or draw cards for the second deck. Okay. Control N. Extra draw. Oh. Man. In the circumstances, well, hang on. There is still one more copy of Well Worn, so I can drop the threat as the other deck. But that being said, I think it's still, actually, yeah, just having cancellation will be more significant than... Because the point is I could drop this deck's threat, but if this deck threats out, then this deck will lose by itself. Probably. So, like, this deck threat is the one that actually matters. So I'll keep the Test of Will. Discard the Island's Council. Okay. I just want to check quest points. Yeah. So that's probably going to be when I want to use the Free Peoples. So let's see, right now, the Unexpected Courage could be nice, but it's not the biggest deal. I would probably put it on Gandalf. I don't know, maybe I do actually just do that. I suppose what else am I spending my resources on? So, Unexpected Courage onto Gandalf. There's my last Well-Warned. Hang on, I want to check something else there. Okay, there are no more pipes in my deck, so I don't need to shuffle when I play Bilbo here. Well, obviously I don't have to trigger his response, but in theory, if there was still a pipe in my deck, it would be worthwhile to try and thin the deck out. And I could have wizard piped a card that I didn't want onto the top of my deck instead. Yeah, okay, so we have that. Houses of Healing could end up being a thing. For right now, I think I save. Could still get Dorian at some point. The last end draft is... Well, no, actually, I can... Yeah, okay, no. I'm going to play the last end draft onto the Honor Guard. So he now has 7 hit points. And okay. Threat in the staging area is 5. Questing for 2, 4, 6, 7, 17, 19, this is plus 2 quest points. So to complete it immediately, I would need to make 20 progress. If I use Faramir, my willpower would go up to 26. So yeah, that's not really very likely to happen. Oh, actually no, I'll leave it as it is. So in theory, of course, I could use Naya on Faramir to trigger him a second time. I'm trying to remember, will I actually have to reveal? No, it's just add a bunch of things. That does potentially mean more offenses. I think I accept that I may take 2 rounds on here. Foothills of Mordor. While it's in the staging area, when revealed effects cannot be cancelled, and after it becomes the active location, raise each player's threat by 2. Okay. And a Shadowy Veil. Okay, so that's added 8 threat. Faramir puts me up to 26 willpower. I am just going to heal. And then Naya, Faramir and the Warden go up to 30. Oh. That would actually have me advance. Which I feel like I kind of don't want. So, okay, maybe I don't do that then. We'll make 13 progress. Use Asphalth on the Foothills of Mordor. Travel to the Shadowy Vale. Southern Outrider, okay. So yeah, okay. Engage the Southern Outrider here. Play Well Wand. So this deck raises its threat by 1 for the quest card, reduces it by 2 for Well Wand. And I'll let it have the +3 attack. And then I think I just take the attack from the Black Serpent. defend with the Defender of Karandros. +1 attack. Puts him to 6. I guess I will just at this point. Alright, yeah. At this point, I use Naya. Try to do the Defender and the Warden. So Defender is now 6 defense. It takes no damage. Combat Archery 2. Gandalf defends against this guy. No shadow. Cancel the damage. Defender defends against this guy. 1 damage, which I'll reassign to the Honor Guard. Heal Quick Beam and Glorfindel. Take out the Archer. Take out the Outrider. Gandalf's Staff. Results onto Barrivore, I'm going to say. Oh. We are idle. Draw a card. Barrivore draws 2 cards for this deck. Okay. Control M. Here, draw an extra card. Kirdan. Play We Are Not Idle in the resource phase. Faramir. Okay. I would really like Galadriel's Handmaiden. Not seeing anything that I really want to play here, or that I even can play. Going to play Hope Rekindled here. Look at the top 10 cards of my deck. Wow. That's only for the events, so that actually whiffs. It's ridiculous. Okay. So I exhaust Asphalon to explore the foothills of Mordor. There's 5 threat in the staging area. Oh, right, yeah, I want to play this Elfstone. So I need to make 11 progress in total. So request for 10, 17. Honestly, maybe I just go for 17. Because it'll actually be 24. think that's reasonable. Foothills of Mordor again. And Haradrim Waste. So, okay, I've added 5 threat. I make 14 progress. So, technically this is out of sequence, but I am just right now going to trigger the Elfstone and just have a second Defender of Caradros. And I advance to stage 4. You've reached the Crossings of Poros, but the enemy is hot on your heels. Desperate, you blow a loud note on your horn. From the northern shore you hear horns answer, and the soldiers of Gondor rush to your aid. When revealed, the first player takes control of Poros Garrison. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for each enemy that belongs to an encounter set denoted by the first icon on each set-aside stage 3 and add them to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. So the Poros Garrison... The first player gains control of Poros Garrison. Immune to player card effects, you can optionally engage an additional enemy during the encounter phase. If Poros Garrison leaves play, the players lose the game. And... yeah, so I have to find a bunch of enemies. It is the encounter deck and discard pile. For each enemy that belongs to an encounter set denoted by the first icon on each set-aside stage 3. So essentially that's the desert creatures and the Haradrim. No, not the... Yes, right. Yes, it is the desert creatures and the Haradrim, the ones that are still in set-aside encounter sets. Because the orcs we got all of. So, not that. These 2 archers. This scorpion. And Southern Soldier and Sand Viper. Okay. Shuffle the encounter deck. They're all added to the staging area. Battle at the Crossings. The Black Serpent leads your pursuers in a final savage attack. You must hold the crossings against them or fail at the last leg of your journey. Forced, after an enemy attacks and destroys a character, remove X progress from this stage. X is the attacking enemy's printed threat. This stage cannot be defeated except at the end of the combat phase. If the players defeat this stage, they win the game. Okay. So, obviously, I cannot travel to the foothills of Mordor. It's just not a thing I can do. It would cause the second deck to threat out. So, Haradrim Waste. The set-aside encounter set with the most cards remaining is still this one. This one is just a random card, not a random enemy specifically. Though I did get an enemy. But adding extra enemies is no longer a problem because we're past the point where it just shoves all of them in the staging area. So, travelling to a location causes the Sand Viper to engage the first player. This deck can optionally engage an extra enemy because of the Poros Garrison. Oh jeez. Southern Archers are going to discard allies. So, okay. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay 1 spirit resource to send Kaol over here. This deck is going to optionally engage both of these. The Sovereign Soldier will make an immediate attack. Okay, actually just hold on a sec. Let's do it this way around, just for ease of thinking. Optionally engage these two. I have to discard an ally, which will be Kaol. This deck will optionally engage the Sovereign Archer and discard Arwen, because I have a spare. And then the Southern Soldier will engage here. I'm going to exhaust Beravor right now to draw 2 cards. Dory, Daeron's Runes. Play Daeron's Runes. Not helpful. Going to play Hope Rekindled again. Top 10 cards of my deck. I guess I'll take the Fierce Defense, but it's not what I was looking for. I just want to confirm that, yeah, no, Horn's Cry is still in the deck. I just didn't find one. Because it would have been great to reduce these to 0, 1, and 0 attack. But okay. No. This guy engages, makes an immediate attack. Fierce Defense is a valid combat action, so I can't just do it now. So let's see. Yeah, that's phase. Okay, and the Black Serpent will also be attacking. Okay, so we're just going to do a Defender of Karandros here. Return attacking enemy to the staging area after this attack. Okay. I can deal with that. At the end of the phase, the Black Serpent attacks. He is attacking for 6. So let's see. Realistically, I feel like I'm fairly okay. So yeah, I'll just do it with this guy. Okay, so that would be 1 damage. I will actually deal damage. Because this is the one who was boosted by Arwen, so he's 5 defense. And actually, no, why deal the damage? I'll just cancel it. So, now, in the combat phase, we have Archery 4. Which, honestly, I'm just going to put it on the Poros Garrison. I don't care about it that much. And okay, this could have been much worse. So, get our stuff for an extra resource. I'm going to pay 3 for Fierce Defense, Valor Combat Action, discard a non-unique enemy engaged with you. Goodbye, Southern Archer. And Hour of Wrath. Valor action, choose a player until the end of the phase. Each of that player's heroes do not exhaust to attack or defend. And so as it turns out, I probably didn't need this, but I figured it's still nice to have the option. So I guess I will make it Gandalf. Well, this deck rather, but functionally it's just Gandalf. So I was thinking, oh yeah, actually I've got defenses under control, so I'll do this deck, and then I have, you know, the free attack easier. But I have killing everything also under control. I also have 2 feints if I wanted to use those instead. So let's now, oh no, heal first and then Naya. So, cannot declare defenders against the Sand Viper. Turn attacking me to the staging area after this attack. Okay, well, 1 damage will go on the Honor Guard, and back to the staging area it goes. Gandalf defends without exhausting. This is fine. So yeah, obviously I have plenty of attack for both of these. And I can heal up Glorfindel and Quick Beam. Okay. Control N. Poros Garrison is back over here. Oh yeah, I had access to Desperate Defense as well if I wanted to ready that defender again. Extra draw for Círdan. Discard Faramir. So obviously I'm going to play that Handmaiden and drop this deck's threat by 1. And I'm going to play Arwen again. Suppose if yeah, no, I'll leave it. If I'd done it differently, I could have played Kaol as well. But while I can't use my tests of will, I think it's still worth having the resources available for Desperate Defense on the off chance. Oh no, wait, I wanted to play the Free Peoples. So let's put Arwen back. And use Gandalf's Staff for an extra resource. Stuff the free peoples up there. I see, now I've got Holt's Cry. Do I play the Elfstone? Probably not at this point, actually. So, threaten the staging area. 14. Request for 10, 12. Actually, no, hang on. 10, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23, so there's 23, and then I'm exhausting Faramir for his ability, not for questing. So 29. And I ready everyone. And we get extra willpower over here. So that's 35 willpower. Oh right, and yes, no, I was going to play Wait No Longer. So, okay, we'll just take a Mortal Warg. Sounds great. So, 35 willpower against 14 threat. I need to make 23 progress, but I have further willpower boosting I can do. Actually, I will send the Poros Garrison on the quest as well. They don't get their immune to player card effects, so no willpower boosts or readying, but still reasonable, I think. So, revealing one card, or a Prowler, either place a random enemy from the set. Okay, oh no, wait, there is no set aside Mordor Orcs set because I shuffled it into the encounter deck, so I get the immediate attack. Which is not that big a deal. We'll do this. Oh no, I don't have Arwen, so defenders are not Sentinel. I'll defend with Gandalf. This attack destroys a character. It does not. I cancel the 1 point of damage. So, now I can exhaust Faramir again for another 6 willpower. So I make 27 progress, which is just what I wanted. Add that. I've overdone that a bit. 24 on the quest. There's this guy. So the point is that having 24 progress means I can remove 4 progress, so the Black Serpent won't attack at the end of the encounter phase. Having more progress would mean that this Southern Soldier also wouldn't make an immediate attack, but I can potentially just take the attack. So I think I do that. I don't travel. This deck will optionally engage the Orc Prowler. So then, and then natural engagements will happen like this. This guy makes an immediate attack. Which I defend with a Defender of Karandros. Return attacking enemy to the staging area after this attack. Okay. And then at the end of the encounter phase, I remove 4 progress. The Black Serpent does not attack. So now I just have 3 things to defend. Well, this one I can't defend. Attacking enemy gets +1 attack, so that's 2 damage. 1 point of it will go onto the Honor Guard, and the other undefended will go on Círdan. Over here, Defender of Karandros will defend the Orc Prowler. Discard a random card from your hand. Not a problem. There goes a Feint, which I never used. Then this, actually I guess I'll just defend it with Beravor. Okay. So now I heal Círdan and Gandalf. Exhaust Gandalf and Naya to ready the Warden, and it doesn't matter who else. Heal Glorfindel and the Honor Guard. Kill this guy. Kill the enemies. And at the end of the combat phase, I have enough progress here, and I win the game. So, okay, that obviously got a little out of control with the threat raises early on. I just barely managed to pull it out of the fire, but it did work out. Some things didn't quite go as planned. Free Peoples worked out, that was good. Never got to use my tests at will, funnily enough. Obviously, by the time I had them available, I would absolutely 100% have used them on that threat-raising treachery if I revealed it again, but never happened. I specifically didn't use Hunting Party because it would have revealed another card, which could have been the threat-raising treachery, which I couldn't cancel because of the Foothills of Mordor. If we'd been continuing on, obviously I would have Asphalothed the Foothills of Mordor and then died again the following round. But yeah, mostly this first deck did all the things it was meant to. This deck did some of the things it was meant to. Obviously, in theory, I had 3 copies of Yorith and 3 Wardens of Healing, so I had the potential to reduce the cost of Houses of Healing by 4, and obviously I could use that to revive Bjorn. Never had the chance. And Valor stuff. Hour of Wrath was ultimately probably not necessary, but still kind of nice to have. Fierce Defense, likewise. Horde's Cry, yeah, like all this stuff could have been useful. The Fierce Defense, Hour of Wrath was still definitely good, but it had potential to be more if I'd found more of it, and if I guess things had been less under control, because I could have, I guess, gotten away with adding more enemies to the encounter deck, which would then reappear all at once at stage 4 if I had the Valor stuff to fall back on, because I also had extra feints and things, other ways of, and desperate defenses, other ways of dealing with all the attacks from all the enemies all at once. But yeah, ultimately, I'm quite pleased with that. That concludes the Haradrim cycle. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.